Welcome back to Accelerate and welcome to Josh's 451 brake horsepower Stage 3 Seat Leon Cupra.
Yeah, now we've driven a standard Seat Cupra with about 300 brake on four-wheel drive. However, this is front-wheel drive with 451 brake horsepower, so this should be interesting.
Or quite scary.
Or quite scary.
The Leon is a mid-sized hatchback created by the Spanish manufacturer Seat. The Leon was created in 1999 as a family-friendly, practical car with great success. Did you know Leon actually stands for lion in Spanish? What we have here today is the third generation of Leon, and being the Cupra version came with around 290 brake horsepower from the factory. Josh's Cupra, however, is what the cool kids call Stage 3. For us older folks, this means it has a Garrett PowerMax Stage 1 turbo, full racing line R600 intake, DO88 intercooler, full Scorpion exhaust system, and an EcoTune ECU and gearbox remap. The work's been carried out by Ignite Performance. This means it's now pushing a dyno-proven 451 brake horsepower and 432 foot-pounds of torque, all going through the front wheels.
451 brake horsepower in a front-wheel drive hot hatch is absolute insanity to me. And I know, thanks to the likes of YouTube and things like that, if something's not 1,000 horsepower, people don't tend to care. I live in a world where I drive a lot of low-powered, lightweight cars. So, like I said, 450 brake to me is crazy. So, as we said, we drove a standard 300 horsepower Seat Leon Cupra in the estate version, the four-wheel drive. Absolutely blew us away, that thing. The grip, the drivability, everything was insane. And as we said, we also drove a Golf R and a Golf GTI, so the big difference being four-wheel drive and front-wheel drive. Now this is front-wheel drive. What we said about the GTI compared to the Golf R is the amount of fun and the amount of adrenaline the GTI gave us compared to the Golf R. The Golf R is an absolute phenomenal performance car. So if you want outright performance, you are better off going with VAG's four-wheel drive setup. But if you want something to wake you up and make you feel alive, their front-wheel drive platform, for me, is the obvious choice. So we're going to do what I usually do. I'm in a performance hatch, but Josh drives this thing every day. Well, yeah, first of all, I want to say a massive thanks to Josh for bringing the car down to us. This is a bit of kit, and he's the type of guy, again, that said to us, go nuts with it, you'll never drive it as hard as I do, so we really appreciate that. So Josh drives this every day, and a lot of people think that we dislike the VAG group. It's not that we dislike them, it's just the case of a lot of the four-wheel drive ones, they're too good, and I know we've been called out for saying that's stupid. My mum could jump in a Golf R and drive it fast, whereas as an everyday, if you want an all-rounder performance and practicality, you cannot go wrong with something like a Golf R or anything in the VAG platform. One of the most famous things that, well, the VAG are known for are their DSG boxes, and that's what we've got here. So I'm doing my usual thing. I'm starting off in comfort mode because I want to know, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are, if you're thinking of going to the Stage 3, and yes, it does kill me to say, but this is how the VAG guys talk. This is what they call a Stage 3, so 450 brake. Now, back in my day, because I'm old, if you had anything 450 brake in a front-wheel drive hatchback, you would be sacrificing comfort, you'd be sacrificing drivability. I'm in auto mode now, I'm in comfort, and this thing is driving like you'd want a Seat Leon to drive. So, going over bumps and stuff like that, we're on 19-inch wheels on a hatchback. Even a big bump then, soaking them up really nicely. We have said these are fantastic all-rounders. The touch points and everything are great. If you do want a bit more of an in-depth review, I'd go and watch the Cupra one we did, because that was a standard one we ran through all the features, but I know you guys are here just to see what it drives like fast. So, I'm happy to oblige. Josh has given us permission to go nuts. So what I'm going to do now is put it in Cupra mode, turn the traction off. We're going to start with a bit of a straight line pull, because I want to see how this thing pulls. Right, I'm going to go from first gear. I'm not going to launch it because it's not my car, but we're going to go from first. Cupra mode, traction off, which Josh advised. Holy crap! Oh my god! Okay, Okay, I wasn't expecting that. So the first thing I want to note... Jesus, the pull. So first thing I want to note, once you hit the limiter, so a lot of modern cars, they call it manual mode, but one thing that really annoys me is when you hit the limiter. Well, you can't hit the limiter because as soon as you get up in the revs, it changes up for you. When I'm driving an auto in manual mode, I want manual mode. I would rather be hitting the limiter. If I make a mistake, I want to pay for it. But you've got more control in the manual mode, and that's what this is. It actually has a true manual mode, so I feel in control. The next thing, as I was bouncing off the limiter, you obviously do get that turbo lag. I mean, we're talking about a 2 litre here with 450 brakes, so you expect a little bit of lag. But I tell you what makes up for that is the punch from the turbo. And this is what we say. I was laughing, I couldn't stop giggling because it was wheel spinning. I banged it into second gear and it just kept spinning because the boost was already there. And as I said, these things are just fun. And we don't normally say that about the VAG stuff, but this sort of power going through the front wheels, I mean, even third gear, 3.5, a little bit of lag, and then it is spinning. So first gear was a bit pointless, so what I'm going to do is go from second gear, low revs, and wait for the punch, and holy crap, the understeer! Holy God, the torque pulling you out of the corner. Okay, the speed on this thing is just ridiculous. It is defying physics. Oh my God. I just cannot believe how alive these things make you feel. So the issue you run into when you're putting that much power through the front wheels, as exhilarating as it is, my God, you've got to be on your feet, because this thing, you go into a corner on boost and it just wants to go straight. We've got Michelin tyres on the front. When this thing gets grip, my God, it hooks up and goes. But without a diff and without semi-slick tyres, you are really... I mean, for me, I'm a bit of an animal. I love this sort of stuff. But if you're an inexperienced driver, wow, this thing is brutal. So, what do I think of it? 451. This was dynoed at 451 brake horsepower. And as you can probably tell then, I believe it. This thing is an absolute rocket ship. And I imagine there's not many things on a day-to-day basis that you'd pull up next to and would not be able to outrun in this thing. Granted, traction off the line would be an issue because it just spins up for fun. But if you want, these days, if you're using this as a daily, 9 times out of 10, if you're having a bit of fun with someone, it's going to be in a straight line. So unless you're going on track with it, it's probably not even worth the investment, because when you start talking diff, semi-slick tyres, we are talking big money. But for what the money you can get these for and the modifications, they are so tunable. And I was going to say, I want to drive sensible, but this thing just makes you wait for it. Like I said, just makes you act naughty. I can understand why people get in trouble in these things. Josh, thank you so much, man. What a rush this thing is.
So I'm going to set off in the manual mode. Now, as people that know me and yourself, I prefer a manual gearbox anyway. So I'm going to try the manual mode, then I'm going to switch it to auto and see what it does.
Yeah, so me and Kenny differ vastly when it comes to auto cars. If we're driving auto cars fast, I have to be in manual mode because I need to know what's going on. I need to be in control. Whereas you, for some strange reason, you're just like, let the car do it.
I just prefer like a manual gearbox, to be honest. All this modern stuff, like. Right,
we're getting old, man.
I'm going to try them first. I know it says pointless, but let's do it for drama.
The drama.
Whoa! Dude, this thing's nuts! That was amazing. I love that. Oh! That power is so brutal. I was not expecting. I knew it was going to be quick, but Jesus Christ!
We're in a little family hatchback as well.
Oh my God, the tyre squeal just added to that.
100%.
Right, I'm going to pop it over, and it is in sport now. I'm going to see if it'll. Oh, dude!
Oh, this is why I love cars. I love you, obviously.
It pulls so hard, doesn't it? No, the steering's not too bad. Obviously, on the power, you do get that understeer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it don't feel too bad. I know it's on Michelin PS5s. He did say they're quite old, so but yeah, dude, I'm shaking. Like, this thing's mental.
It gets your adrenaline going. It really does.
This is what we were saying about the Golf. The VAG platform. The Golf R and stuff is an amazing car, and they grip and do everything for you. Something like this, you've really got to grab it by the horns and tell it what to do, tell it what you want.
It's like man mode, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And this is the thing. Yeah, okay, a Golf R would be quicker.
A lot quicker.
I don't care. This is so much more fun. This is like, it just turns you into a kid, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, I say the Golf R, you go a lot quicker up here, but you get out and go, wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
I got out of this thing thinking, holy crap, that was insane.
Like I said, I am honestly shaking like this.
But you get it's not as loud, it doesn't pop and bang. You do get the DSG farts, but they sound brutal.
Yeah, it does, and it's not over the top in this.
No.
I hate that farty, crappy pop stuff. But
with the tyre squeal. Jeez.
It's that boost the way it comes on. It's like nothing. Oh, there you are.
Yeah,
We'll go now.
Old school boost.
It really is. Oh, I love this car. Josh, fair play, man. This thing was just.
He dailies this thing. Like I said,
I love this thing, man. I wasn't expecting, like I said, the VAG stuff's usually quite boring. I know we love the GTI, the Golf. This is just, I'd buy one of these. I'd buy one of these over any of them. I don't care what anyone says.
Although they're reasonably priced in the grand scheme of things, way out my price range. But if I was going to look for something like this, the Seat Leon, for those that don't know, it's the same car.
Yeah.
Different badges, different trims, but I mean, you get the performance out of them. And we're so grateful because we experienced a Golf GTI Mark 7 that was about 300 odd horsepower, just over 300.
Yeah.
Seeing them in the different stage, like that thing was alive.
It was.
This thing is batshit crazy. And you know, I was saying to Josh, the internet tells you if it's not 1,000 brake, no one cares. Do not get carried away with power because this is such a fun amount of power.
It's just a mental amount of power in it. 450 brake through, well, 451 brake through a front-wheel drive car with this gearbox.
So it's insanity.
It's just
to
nuts.
me, it's insanity.
Once again, like I said, I take this over anything like that, which is very composed and boring. All right, fast.
Yeah.
But you just can't get that excitement for a front-wheel drive car with 450 horsepower. Like,
it's a different kind of excitement, isn't it?
It just wants to spin and just go straight.
So a Golf R, like don't get us. A Golf R will excite you beyond. But like I said, it's a different kind of excitement. It's that whole thing of, oh my God, how are we going somewhere so fast?
Yes.
Whereas this is, holy crap, we might die in a minute.
Yeah, that's what I say. You're looking at the mountain up here and you're like, I don't want to go down here, but then it might be a fun way to go. I don't know.
Let's say if we're going to go, we got the camera rolling. I mean, what a way to go.
Yeah, we'd rather not, but honestly, we're not slagging the Golf or the Golf R or anything off.
No, it is fantastic.
It's an amazing car.
But we're grateful we got to drive one.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you're going for lap times, a Golf R would absolutely annihilate this thing around corners and stuff. So, like I always say in every video we do, know what you want from a car.
Yes.
If you want to save a bit of money and just, like I said, these are not slow.
No.
You can go fast, you can do everything you need to do.
Yeah.
But save a bit of money. But if you've got the money, then Golf R may be the better option.
I'd still, if I had the money for I'd still get something like this.
Yeah, because the main thing is, and which I learned today very quickly, is if you want a quick car off the line, you'll struggle to beat a Golf R off a line.
Oh.
This thing will be sat spinning its wheels for about 300.
But when he's going, I just run really fast, you're going to be laughing like a kid.
Just
going,
like,
yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, exactly. So I'd rather do that.
So that's what I said, but know what you want from a car. A lot of people don't want that. A lot of people just want to go as fast as they can.
Yeah, and also they want to brag about, this, that, and the other.
Yeah, you've got to brag on the internet because that's what the world's turned into, unfortunately.
Like I said, I'd rather just, this is just mad, isn't it? I love this thing, man.
Like we said, thank you, Josh, bringing it down and telling us. He's like, you'll never drive as hard as I do. So.
Yeah, exactly.
And you've got to have testicles the size of dump trucks to drive this thing hard, so fair play to him. That was Josh's 451 brake horsepower Seat Leon. That's to say, saying it out loud is just this much power in a front wheel drive from what I'm used to is absolute insanity. And it didn't disappoint.
No, it's mental, isn't it? As you can see by our reactions, we absolutely love this thing, and I need a big turbo.
Yeah, because yours feels a lot more tame,
Yeah.
tame. This. Kenny's got a VXR that was last dyno that's
362, so it's nearly 100 less than this.
yeah, but granted, but it just feels a lot safer than this. As I said, if you want something to make you feel alive, and I'm going to say budget friendly. Now, I'm the tightest person I've ever met.
Me too.
But when this is, when we're talking about a budget for a modern car, if you, like for budget modification, find me another car that you can get, or another platform you can get this much power on for this much money.
Do you mean the spec list looks quite big, but it's in reality, it's not really that big. And obviously, just to get that performance, they're like 300, what are they, 300 standard?
Yeah.
You know,
which, even out of the box, even if you're not into modifying, out of the box, 300 is a crazy amount of power.
Well, it
so
is.
if we drove the standard one, even in four-wheel drive formats, they do not hang around.
They don't, and obviously like a stage 1 map on these is 370 brake.
Which is crazy, which is where Josh started in fairness, and even he said it's a lot of car.
Yeah.
This is why we're so grateful for what we do. We get to experience, we've now experienced a few different stages of the VAG platform.
Yes.
So if you guys have got anything like this or anything similar, anything interesting, even if it's not 5,000-6,000 horsepower, we don't mind. If you've got something interesting, then drop us a line.
Ooh,
And
sorry, saying that, we've got Jordan's coming back on, and he's just had that done to stage 2. So,
we're gonna have
there
every
we go.
flipping stage of every
Yes!
platform you can
So
think
we can
of.
give you guys proper feedback.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that, guys. That will be interesting. But yeah, for now, thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We will see you in the next one.
Boom!
I know I'm going to go on Auto Trader.
I was just going to say, you can have the keys again.